As of right now, as of me recording this, the season hasn't ended, so I'm just kind of getting this video ready here. But by the time you're seeing this, it's already done. This season was a month long, and now it's already coming to an end. What's good, everybody? I'm the Ragequit Guy, back again with another season review here. We're gonna be talking about this whole season, Fortnite Chapter 2 Remix. You guys know how we do these videos, so let's just get right into it. Firstly, we're gonna talk on the Battle Pass skins. First one we got is the Chaos Director, who is, I believe, a mix of both Chaos Agent and Toxin from Chapter 2 Season 1. This one, I actually do really like her. Her stuff, of course, gives me the vibe of like a symbiote, so of course I'm gonna like it. Her emote is great, her entire set is great. I did notice a little bit of a bug with her pickaxe, but we don't really care about that. Nothing else to say on this skin, they've done it well. Next is the skin 1 Ball, which you guys are probably thinking that this is a mix of 8 Ball with another skin. At first, I was thinking maybe a mix of 8 Ball and Turk, I think his name is. I don't remember that guy's name in Chapter 2, Season 1. But nah, as far as I'm concerned, this guy isn't a mashup. He is his own character. I believe him, 8 Ball, and 10 Ball are supposed to be part of like a group or something like that. So we just have 1, 8, and 10. Now we need the other numbers like 2, 3, 4, all that stuff to finish this group. This guy, they done him well. I actually like this guy a lot better than the original 8 Ball. I like the small details on some of these skins. I like how he, his pickaxe can actually visually unequip from him. His pickaxe is a part of his emote too. And that's pretty much it for him. Also, just sorry in advance, by the way, if I don't have much to say on these skins. The season was very short, and these guys don't have anything too significant about them. They're just kind of remixes. So don't blame me for not having in-depth explanations about each of these skins as individuals. Now we got Undercover Sky here, who is of course a mashup of Sky and Guff. I remember everybody saying this online. This one legit looks like a child. I heard this from Cypher PK. This is somebody's child. I heard other people say that she looks like she's 6 or 9 or something like that. Or whatever you want to say she looks like. When I was using this guy, she feels very skinnier, very much skinnier compared to Summer Sky, for me at least. I like her hair though, and her emote, and that's kind of about it about her. The only significant thing that I already said is just that this looks like a child. Now we got Meowdis, who is a mix of course, Meowscles and Midas. I do think it makes sense, but I still think he looks weird, of course. And of course, if you guys already know me, I'm not into cats, and yet Epic still keeps giving us cats and cats and cats and cats. They did do his set well. Something I'm genuinely curious about though, this is gonna be a question for you guys in the comments. So you know how with the original Midas, to turn him fully gold, you basically had to like level up him to a certain level? Then with skins like Marigold and Meowdis, you gotta get a certain amount of kills in the game to be able to turn him fully gold. Do you guys prefer it to where you gotta be a certain level to make him for fully gold, so that way they're just gold permanently like that, and you can just toggle it on and off whenever you want? Or do you prefer it where you have to get kills to be able to turn them gold? I'll let y'all think about that one for a sec. But now moving on to the last skin, Dynamo Tiantina. If you guys are wondering what could she be a mashup of, I would say it's of course, Tiantina and Ocean from Chapter 2 Season 3. That's what I saw a lot of people saying online. Out of all the skins, I would say this one is the best one. I love her built-in emote that lets her change into her cel-shaded self. I don't like how it doesn't cel-shade the rest of her set though, that makes me sad. Another significant thing about her is she is the skin in the Battle Pass that actually did kind of introduce shoes into the game. Which shoes I'll get to a little later, but yeah, Tiantina, definitely the best skin in the Battle Pass. That's it for the skins. Now we're gonna talk on the weapons we've had this season. And the thing about the weapons this season, there was nothing really like that unique. They're mostly just reskins of already existing weapons that we've had before. The only unique stuff really is the visuals. First up, we got the Snoop Dogg drum gun, which of course has like, you know, the S-shaped smoke whenever you shoot it, whenever you reload it, all that stuff. And of course, Snoop Dogg was on the middle of the map, I guess, you know, taking Midas's place. So he gets the drum gun. Yeah, the drum gun is what you would expect it to be. Yeah, pretty good. I don't think it's as good as Midas's original drum gun from Chapter 2. Because ever since that, yeah, Epic has just nerfed it to the ground. I don't think we're gonna get another drum gun just like Midas's ever again, sadly. Next, we got the Rap God minigun, who you get from the Eminem skin, Rap Boy Reloaded. He's at the Spaghetti Grotto, which I guess that is where the Brutus was back in Chapter 2, which of course sings some of the lyrics from the song Rap God, specifically the fast part, the I'm not gonna do that, but yeah, that's the only real appeal to this thing. If you actually turn off the copyright music, then it'll just like be a normal minigun and it won't show you the lyrics or play the song at all. But yeah, out of all the weapons, this one was my favorite. I love listening to the song. I saw so many people making memes saying like, this is what you're gonna hear as you die, and it's just Eminem rapping so fast. Then we got the Ice Spice Scar and the Ice Spice Grappler, which Ice Spice, she's at the ice aisle. So yeah, her weapons are of course supposed to be mimicking Sky's. However, in this one right here, her weapons are more about moving around or a lot faster. With her Scar, pretty much you can actually hit an opponent and then you get a pepper effect. Then with her grappler that she has, it gives you the icy feet, which isn't the first time we've seen it. We've seen it with the icy grappler before. So they really tried adding her name into like the mythics, I guess, and making it like a function. Ice Spice and all that, I guess. Definitely one of the better mythics. And I'm not just gonna talk on the boss's mythics. We also have the TNTina's Kaboombo, which we have seen from Chapter 2, Season 2 before. However, the difference between this one and the one from the original Chapter 2, pretty much the original one had infinite ammo, but you had to recharge it over time. While this one takes ammo, I kind of like the original one better, but then again, it's just been a while since I used it. Nothing really much to say on this. Then we got the Meowdis's Piao Piao rifle, which of course is the exact same as the Meowscles Piao Piao rifle from all the way back when, which I won't say much on this. We also did have Kit return as a boss with his shockwave launcher and charged shotgun. I won't speak too much on that, but I will move on to the bosses as their own topic right here. For the bosses, something that we never really seen before, at least I don't think we've seen anything like this before. The closest thing I could say to this would be with Chewbacca. Pretty much, if you actually kill the bosses, they would become your teammate. With Chewbacca, if you killed the stormtroopers, he would just then automatically join your team. But not in this case here. Pretty much you just kill the boss, whether it be Snoop Dogg, whichever boss it is, you kill him, they become your teammate now. Snoop Dogg, he actually throws the stink bombs, which, if you guys know why, you know. Eminem throws grenades. Ice Spice throws the chiller grenades. I saw in a comment somebody found this very annoying, the fact that bosses can be like teammates. I'm not sure if she was mad about the fact that they can be a part of your team or like how annoying they are with them when they're on the other enemy's team. If this is the way they do the bosses from now on, we're probably never going to see the NPCs again, the ones where you can actually hire them using your gold or whatever currency you get. You probably might not see that again, assuming Epic continues to do bosses like this. On the topic of the bosses, their POIs are pretty important. So first up, we got the Dog Pound, which the Dog Pound, of course, is supposed to be the new agency. I saw a lot of people memeing the fact that, like, my dude Snoop Dogg took over the agency while Midas, or whoever you want to say, was kicked to the curb. I don't know why Snoop Dogg and these other rappers took over these POIs, but they did. Not sure what storyline there is behind it. Eminem took over the grotto, making it the Spaghetti Grotto. Out of all the POIs, that one has to be my favorite. I like the original grotto, but this one being themed around Eminem, of course, isn't bad. The rig and the yacht are pretty much, for the most part, the same. Yeah, it was a nice blast from the past. I really like those POIs also. Who remembers when the yacht was taken over by Deadpool? Who remembers that? And the last place was the ice aisle from Ice Spice here. Not too many differences. The only significant one was the fact that Ice Spice has a balloon on top of the shark. And another significant POI, this is more of a land park, World's Point. That is supposed to be, I guess, where Juice WRLD is on his side of the map. Him looking over everybody, which is actually a really nice thing. I know Epic on their social media said legends never die. He also did have a chug cannon, which I almost forgot to mention it, actually. Juice WRLD did have his chug cannon, which I actually did like it. It works the exact same as the normal chug cannon, except the difference is, when I first used it, it actually didn't lock on to whoever was on my team. The only way I could heal them is if they were next to me or something, or if I aimed it at them, but it won't lock on. Another thing that this thing did differently is this actually gave you a low gravity effect. I do like the reasoning as to why they made this the exotic for Juice WRLD. If you know, you know. Yeah, Juice WRLD, Gotta love him. I love his PO. I already love his landmark, and there isn't even much to do over there. They are slowly like growing it over time. There's some chests there. There's like these slurp mushrooms that like that you can bounce on, which we haven't seen those in a while actually. Overall, the POIs were okay. They're nothing like, of course, they're just remixes. They're nothing really original that much, at least. Just themed around the artists that took over the place. Really, that's kind of it. That's it for the bosses, POIs, and weapons. Now we're actually going to talk on a new type of cosmetic that we actually got this season. Shoes. Or as they're technically called in Fortnite, kicks. They are what they sound like. They're just shoes. You can just put them on your character, unlike basically any of them. Well, not exactly as of me saying this right now. As of right now, there's only like 500 skins that can use shoes right now. And from the looks of it, Epic is making it to where the only skins that can use shoes can return to the item shop as of me doing this. The reason I say this is because in a recent item shop, Deadpool pen and ink had returned, but not Wolverine pen and ink. I do know that Deadpool can use the shoes, but not Wolverine. That's something that I saw a lot of people pointing out. But now, about the shoes themselves. Yeah, they're nothing really special. They're just shoes. And the thing is, most of these, or at least a decent chunk of these, are about 1,000 V-Bucks. Some being 600. Like, some of the prices range, but 600 or 1,000? That's a little too much if you ask me. Most definitely not worth it as of right now. I'm not even opposed to the idea of shoes existing in Fortnite. It's just the fact that they're very expensive. Also, I don't think this is a cosmetic people were asking for. The cosmetic I saw people wanted the most is weapon charms. And still, we haven't gotten those yet. So as to why we got shoes now, most likely because they're just trying to make some money because of, you know, the Nike shoes or whatever. Something I would do to fix the shoes, firstly, make them, like, you reduce the prices by half. And most of the shoes in the shop are kind of just like the same model, just different colors. Make them edit styles. There should not be any reason as to why they're all separately, like you have to buy them all separately. And of course, to add more bundles for the shoes if you're gonna make them all separate. We also did get the show 'em off emote, which is an emote that you can do to show off your shoes. I'm hoping we could get maybe more shoe emotes like that. I wouldn't mind that, but who knows what Epic's gonna do. Shoes, not the best cosmetic. But speaking of cosmetics, we actually did get a free skin as of recently, the Slayer Juice WRLD skin. If you logged in as of November 25th through November 30th on Item Shop Reset, you would have gotten the Slayer Juice WRLD skin, who is cell shaded. He will appear in the item shop a little later, but you can get him for free but I don't know if you can get him now as of me probably uploading this video. I think they done him well. I saw so many lobbies using it, and I saw so many people making memes saying that he's basically like the new default skin. In their defense, it is a free skin, and plus, even if a lot of people already have a bunch of other skins, it's Juice WRLD, and not everybody's going to be buying the skin, and even if they are, some people just might like this cel-shaded one. Because it's free, of course, a lot more people are going to be using it. I don't use it myself, I like the normal Juice WRLD, but I do think the skin was done well. And the last thing that happened this season was the live event, the Chapter 2 Remix event. Finale, whatever you want to call it. And pretty much this one was what we expected, of course. This was a concert. This started off at the dog pound with the devices coming out of the water. They do its thing, and instead of the Midas device, it's basically a giant microphone. And that's when the concert starts. There's Snoop Dogg there. He's really giant, which is kind of a thing that you're going to notice throughout this entire live event. All of the artists are giant, basically. Snoop Dogg is doing this thing. We see the cel-shaded Snoop Dogg. There's a portion where we basically go into space in that, and now we're kind of bouncing on this little, like, ring here, which is actually a really nice part. I actually really like the Snoop Dogg portion of this whole thing. Then the next part is with Eminem. He's the star of the second part. And what's interesting about this one is basically a fight between Eminem and the Mecha team leader. They're doing like a little bit of a rap battle kind of thing. They then kind of duke it out a little bit. There's a part where Eminem then kind of uppercuts and takes off the helm of the Mecha team leader, and then it reveals that it's Eminem underneath. Imagine if that were the case this entire time. It was my dude Eminem who was the Mecha team leader. But then there's the giant explosion that we saw that was leaked a bit ago. Now we're on the Ice Spice portion of this event, and the interesting thing about this event is there is a song where it's Travis Scott singing. There is a silhouette there, which I'd imagine is supposed to be Travis Scott, but of course it's a silhouette. It doesn't actually show the Travis Scott character model at all. Which I feel like Epic, if they could have, they would have added in Travis Scott in the shop and in this event. But yeah, somebody said no and wasn't allowing it to happen, which is sad. Now the last portion, which I would say is the main event, would be the Juice WRLD part. There's both him and the Slayer Juice WRLD singing on the water, basically. Yeah, because they're kind of standing on water. There is a part where we then turn into a butterfly, which gives me the vibe of the whole Chapter 1 Season 6 live event, if anybody remembers that one, like the butterfly event. And then when this ends, we're then hovering over a portal next to Hope and Agent Jones. They then kind of go into this portal, a bunch of other stuff goes into the portal, and then we go into the portal. And in this portal, we then see the Chapter 6 map from the looks of it, which we're going to be on there soon, which I can't wait for that. Then we're put on this screen that says Keep On Dreaming with Juice WRLD, which it's basically just a music video of the new song, which is, I believe is called Empty Out Your Pockets, which I know is going to be an emote, jam track, and contrail that should be in the shop soon, if not already. Overall, this whole entire event isn't bad. I think they've done it well. I already know people are gonna compare this to the Travis Scott event, which of course they are. It's gonna happen. I also saw a lot of people making theories online saying that this whole entire chapter for the month thing was like actually a dream. That's maybe what they were implying with the Keep Dreaming with Juice WRLD, that this whole entire chapter was a dream, like, you know, chapter 2 remix, which who knows though. It could be the case. That could be an explanation as to why we don't know how we got here, but who knows though. Now, my overall thoughts on this season, I think, is kind of okay. It was a big blast from the past because we went back to Chapter 2 for about a month, experienced some old stuff from Chapter 2. I almost actually forgot how big the Chapter 2 map actually was compared to Chapter 1. The Battle Pass, I think, was pretty okay. I myself like collabs, so it was kind of mid for me, but I'm sure a lot of people really liked it though. Of course, people love the Meowth probably most, if anything, or TNTina, but that one's my favorite. The weapons were nothing really too much to talk on. They're just reskins for the most part, so they're okay, I guess. Bosses being able to be teammates, I think, is kind of... I think it's kind of weird. It might take some getting used to if Epic continues to do this. The POIs, I kind of wish they kept them the exact same. The only one I would have been okay with being a collab would have been the yacht, being themed around Deadpool, but he isn't a part of this season at all. Shoes, probably could have waited another year for that. Love the Juice WRLD skin. The live event was done pretty well. I love it. I do wish there was some story with it, but it's fine though. The event, I did enjoy it for what it was supposed to be. I had my fun. So yeah, this season, if I had to rate it out of 1 out of 10, probably a 6.5. I'm not giving it like a 7 or even an 8 because simply I actually do wish it was the original Chapter 2, kind of like how they did Chapter 1, rather than needing to rely on the collabs to kind of make this season pop out more. But that's just what I think though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and this whole season. If you did, let me know with a like. Comment down below your thoughts on everything I talked on. What do you think about this season? If y'all are trying to support me, my code is RageQuickGod. And I'll see y'all around.